Hello my Kandor crafters, welcome back to another video. Today I will be making photo lanterns. Now I would just like to note that these photo lanterns do not have to be memorial lanterns, but the particular one that I'm making today will be a memorial lantern. I will link everything that I used today in the description box below, but I just wanted to give you a visual. I will be using Waterslide decals for this project. I used the Spin It brand and I used the transparent paper. The lanterns I purchased from Michael's for about $12 or $13. I know they look a little dusty, but I promise you I cleaned them before I gifted them. I also will be using Armor Etching Cream. You don't have to use this brand. I really like the Martha Stewart one and it's cheaper. You can get that from Michael's as well. For the first step, you want to go ahead and print out your photos. For this particular paper, you do need an inkjet printer. And after your photos are printed, you have to seal them. Like, this step is very, very important. For Waterslide decals, you have to seal them. I did 5 or 6 light coats and used my heat gun to help, speed up the drying process. But honestly, it really doesn't take too long to dry without the heat gun. I'm just very impatient. Also, I know you may not be able to tell, but I did mirror my images, and I'll tell you why later on in the video. Also, I hand cut these out. I didn't use my Cricut to cut them out. When it comes to etching, you want to make sure you're etching on a clean surface. So I'm just taking some rubbing alcohol and cleaning off the glass frames. Then when you apply the etching cream, you do want to go in one direction first and then go in another direction. Just keep, brushing it. And you want to make sure you use a lot of this stuff. Do not be stingy with the etching cream. Also, I did do 2 coats of this. And I let the first layer sit for probably 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. And then the second coat, I did not time at all. But it was sitting up there for a long time because I really wanted to get a cloudy effect. While the etching is doing its thing, this literally is probably my favorite part of the whole project. You also want to make sure that this is a clean surface. So I take my alcohol again, wipe it down, and then I put the cutout decal in the water for 5 seconds. Really you want to wait until it curls up, but not too much. And most people would put the white part down, but I find it much easier to just put the photo part down first and then you can just slide it off like that. I feel like that method is so much easier, which is why I mirrored my images. So after you put the photo part down, I just use one of those squeegee brushes, the silicone brush, and just pushed out the extra water. Now, when I say this silicone brush is literally a game changer, I just feel like it works so much better than working with your fingers because this material is very, very, very fragile and it is easy to rip. So thank me later. I also want to note that you want to make sure you take your time with this process. Like, don't rush it, because as you can see, my first attempt, it was slightly off. And honestly, it doesn't bother me that much because the frame is going to hide it. But if you do like I did and it's slightly off, wait till it dries to try to cut off the excess, or you don't have to cut it off at all because, like I said, the frame is going to hide it. If you do wind up tearing your photo, you can easily fix it by using water and the silicone brush. Because I actually did wind up ripping one of my photos, like just nipping it at the top when putting the glass back into the frame. And all I had to do was wet it. I took my silicone brush and just brushed it in the direction that it needed to go back into. And it really wasn't that bad. Like, it really wasn't. This is what the glass looks like after 2 coats of etching cream. For those of you who've never used etching cream, when you go to wash it off, it may look clear. So do not be alarmed, because once it dries, it has that cloudy, frosted effect. When it comes to putting the glass back into the frame, it's fairly easy. It has 4 little tabs, 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. They do jiggle around a little bit, and if that bothers you, you can go ahead and just hot glue the frames back into place. But it didn't really bother me, so I just left it with just the tabs. Now, like I said, this project does not have to be a memorial lantern. It doesn't. But since this particular one is, for the saying that I'm putting on the back of it, it says that your life was a blessing, your memory a treasure. You are loved beyond words and missed beyond measure. I got this file off of Etsy for, I want to say $3. No more than $3. $3 or less. And I cut it out with my Cricut Joy using smart vinyl. I put my Waterslide decals facing the inside of the lantern, so I had to be extremely careful when putting the glass back in because I did not want to nip any of the photos. In the second lantern I did wind up nipping one of the photos, but like I said, I used my water and my silicone brush and I just brushed it back into the direction that it needed to go. And it wasn't that bad. Like, you couldn't really tell unless I pointed it out. So don't ever be too hard on yourself when you make a mistake, because sometimes I feel like the mistakes that you make while making them really brings your project character, because you handmade it, you know, you made it out of love. It's all about having fun while doing it. So unless you're making these to sell, then that's a different story. But like I said, this was actually a Christmas gift to my aunt. We lost our cousin back in 2000, I want to say 11 or 12, due to police brutality. So I just wanted to make her something special. Now, to make this lantern functionable, I got this candle from Michael's. They came in a pack of 6 for about $3. I believe they were on sale. And some Velcro dots from the Dollar Tree. I just wanted to make sure that the candle didn't move around inside the lantern. So to keep it in place, that's just what I use. I made sure to put the dot not over the switch to turn it on and off, or the screw, so it'll be easier to take the batteries to replace the batteries. I also want to note that the battery time on this candle is amazing. Like, I literally went to sleep with this on by accident and it was still burning bright. I don't know how long exactly it lasts, but it lasts for a pretty good while. Oh, and one last thing. I did wind up putting white printer paper behind the 2 photos on the side, only because it was way too transparent for me and it just took away from the photos, because you can see the candle on the inside, which I probably should have just etched all of the glass in hindsight and then put the photo on. But hey, we're here now. I think it still came out beautifully. And like I said, when it comes to crafting, you just have fun. It's all about the journey. So go make this project your own and have fun, most importantly. I'll see you next time, my Kandor crafters. Thank you for watching.